with that down, let's move on to this. There was a little movie that had its premiere the other night and is coming out next week called The Lion King, which is, of course, based on the 1994 animated film that is basically in all ways absolute perfection. It is my all-time favorite animated film. I've run out of ways to describe how much I love the 94 thing. Now, yesterday, we talked on this show about the first social media reactions that have come out regarding Lion King, and they're all stellar. They're all fantastic. And I said myself that while I'm not saying that this movie is the unmitigated perfection of the 1994 animated one, this is a movie that is worthy of the name The Lion King. I absolutely adore this damn thing. I think the movie is wonderful. It's sweet. It's got the voice performances, especially the ones you weren't expecting. The voice performances were out of this world. It captures the spirit of it. It gives us the right amount of the exact same stuff from the original and just the right amount of some slightly different and new stuff. And this, I think, just added to it overall. But you know what? I've talked about it a little bit already. Aaron, you came with me last night to go see it. And within, I think, 5 seconds of the film starting, you were grabbing my arm. Yes. And you were reaching for tissues and stuff like that. But anyway, your experience with The Lion King, what did you think about the film overall?
It was perfect. It was absolutely perfect. And yes, I was grabbing tissues, but I'm going to warn you guys out there, this is not one of those opening of Up movies where you're wanting to just throw yourself out a window because you're so depressed. No, this is one of those movies where you're going to reach for the tissues because you're crying those happy tears of joy like your kindergartner just graduated and walked across the stage. This is so beautiful. I had to keep reminding myself that it was CGI because I was thinking to myself, oh my gosh, how did they get that field mouse to do that? How did they get that? I mean, I was thinking that these animal wranglers must be incredible pros, but in reality, the way that it looks, it's so beautifully shot. And as an adult, we're watching the movie and we feel such pride actually watching these characters because we know the story so well. At the same time, the shocking moments, spoiler alert, what Scar does, everybody knows that. Sorry, maybe there's somebody that hasn't seen Lion King. Even those moments I'm going, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? And it's nail biting. But again, I go back to the beauty of the way that it is portrayed. Personally, I think that every remake should now be done with lions. As much as I hate spiders, and I really, really hate spiders, that's how much I love cats. I mean, I even have cat ears on my phone. So this was a huge treat for me. But beyond that, the music, you'll recognize all of the songs, you'll sing along to them, but they have a new spin thanks to Pharrell Williams, who was the music.
He produced all the new top tunes.
Can You Feel the Love Tonight has Beyonce's signature stuff that she does, which adds a nice spin. I love the dynamic of the two hyenas portrayed by Keegan-Michael Key and Eric Andre. There's just a lot of fun stuff. As John said, there's some new dialogue that we're not going to spoil for you, but you just got to see it. And John Oliver is a big winner in this
as Zazu.
As Zazu, he really, really takes it home and does a beautiful performance. Great performances all across the board. Alfre Woodard, incredible. But I'm not usually someone that sees movies back to back because there's so many movies that I haven't seen that I need to see. But as my birthday treat to myself next Friday, I'm gonna go back and see this film again. Lion King was perfection.
Yeah, my one regret was that I don't get to see it again now for a week, which sucks. I've seen it twice now. Billy Eichner, who I only really know from Parks and Rec, but as Timon.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. And Seth Rogen, I think everybody thought, when we all heard Seth Rogen was going to be Pumbaa, everybody was like, I can't think of a better person to play Pumbaa than Seth Rogen. But those three, John Oliver, Billy Eichner, and Seth Rogen, I just thought, I'm not going to say they were better than, Rowan Atkinson or... Oh, who's the guy from The Birdcage that did the voice of Timon?
Nathan Lane.
Nathan Lane.
Yeah, I'm not going to say they're better than those guys, but they brought something different, but equally brilliant.
Yes.
And I loved it. And you know what? I feel really weird saying it, but probably I was least impressed by Donald Glover and Beyonce.
Don't say it. Oh my
I know,
gosh, the Beehive is going to come after you, John.
Yeah, I know. First of all,
They're coming. I can hear the buzzing already.
my wife is going to kill me for saying that. Like, her whole life is about Donald Glover right now. But, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying they're bad in it. Don't get me wrong at all. I'm just saying everything else stood out so amazingly that it's like, yeah, okay, yeah, Beyonce did the voice of Nala, and she did fine. Donald Glover did the voice of some. By the way, I gotta count it next time, but I'm convinced that the young kid who does the voice of young Simba, I've seen the film twice now, I think he has almost double the amount of dialogue that Donald Glover does as Simba.
I don't think so.
And I think Nala had Nala doesn't have a lot of lines, and either as young Nala or as older Nala either. But and by the way, the one big question mark I had going in was, even though I love Chiwetel Ejiofor is one of my favorite actors in the world, but Jeremy Irons' Scar, those are some big shoes to step into.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he is so good as Scar. He just brought something to it, and his rendition of Be Prepared was perfect for the big screen, because I really think Be Prepared, the way it was done in the 94 original, which I love, I don't think it would have worked if they did it exactly the same way. In this one, you can do I Just Can't Wait to Be King pretty much the same way you do in the animated original, and that works in the live screen. So I thought that one would have been difficult to do, so they do a little bit of a different rendition of it. I think it's closer to the stage play rendition of it, and it was marvelous and fabulous. Visually, it's stupid. You just are constantly throughout the film reminding yourself, as Jon Favreau said when he got on the stage of the premiere, everything you see was generated in a computer. Except, he said, for one shot. There was one shot in the film, he said, that was not computer generated. See if you can guess what it is what he said. And I still can't tell. Now, not one scene, one shot. You are just constantly rubbing your eyes through this film, like in total amazement that this thing, like we are at this point of technology. And it's insane. It's delightful. It's fun. It's heartwarming. Is it, again, for me, is it the absolute unfettered perfection of the 94 original? Maybe not quite. But, oh my God, for a movie to call itself Lion King is pretty ambitious in the first place. They do it. They pull it off. Jon Favreau should do all motion capture movies from now on, forever and always, after doing The Jungle Book, and now he's done this. I'm just floored and amazed, and I love this movie. And I've decided, after seeing it for a second time, it has replaced Booksmart as my favorite film of 2019 so far. I don't expect it to be my favorite film by the end of the year, but as of right now, Lion King is probably my favorite film of the year, just nudging out Booksmart by a little bit. So anyway, guys, that's our thoughts on Lion King. Now, they've done some advanced fan screenings as of last night. Have you been one of the lucky people who had a chance to see it? If not, where's your anticipation level for this movie right now? Jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts.